Aloha, you're listening to the Rolling Vets podcast by veterans, for veterans and civilians alike. I am Lucas Monster, co-host, and I'm flanked by my Marine veteran peers, Aaron Potter and Chris Ellis, and our very special guest, repeat offender, former Army Specialist, and current president of the Disabled Veterans for Foot Jobs organization, Michael Guthrie.
What's going on?
We would like to extend an invitation to you, the listener, to journey inside of our realm to discover what it means to be a rolling vet.
And we are back.
Yes, we are. Welcome to all. How are we doing? How are we doing on this beautiful Sunday?
You know, it's another Sunday, you know.
The Lord's Day.
The Lord's Day.
That's what I love about Sunday.
Yeah, what's new in our lives, Aaron? We'll start with you. We'll go around the horn.
Just got a puppy.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just a cute little thing. Eats everything. Like she eats fucking everything. Yeah, and then like it'll be the middle of the night, and I just hear her go, "Hoop, hoop," and I'll be like, "Oh, here it comes." So then comes like the race to get her off the bed and put her on the floor, so she throws up on the floor. It's easy to clean up.
Yeah. What kind of dog?
It's a boxer lab mix.
Okay, and what'd you name her?
Val.
Val, okay.
Val.
All right. I like
that. After Val Kilmer or
Val Kilmer, the best Batman there.
Yeah. Valkyrie. I mean, is it Valerie for sure? I mean,
so it was a Valentine's Day present.
To
yourself?
Oh.
To the girlfriend, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, to ourselves.
And then if you also notice, my background has changed. The girlfriend no longer lives with me, so that's good too. I'll get my own space.
Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
Oh, it is. Yeah. So like she's into music and like recording and stuff. And then obviously I have my work over here and we're constantly like getting in each other's way. So she found her own little place. So we got our own like separate like areas to go to. And that place allows dogs too. So the dog has a place to stay.
Now you got like the custody set up for the dog.
Yeah.
Dude, I've actually so funny though. I've actually I think he listens to the show. Or I know he originally started. I'm not sure if he still listens to the show. But I actually ran into an Army vet, and this is the first time I ever heard of this. He had joint custody of his dog with his ex-wife.
That's a thing.
I've heard that before. Like people go to court for that stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's fucking real. I mean, I brought it up many times when we've talked about like adjusting back in civilian life and whatever. But like getting a pet, probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. Like I got a dog like 2 months. 2 months? Yeah, probably like 2 months after I got out. And dude, I don't know like what I would have done like without a dog there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, fucking, and I got out like right when COVID happened, so I was like home all the time. But Carolyn was she's a frontline worker, so she was still going to work, and I was left stuck at home all day. Like, and luckily I had a fucking dog. It like gave me like some sense of purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
I just don't like Michael
take
care dogs.
Yeah, please don't. Yeah. I'm telling you, dude, it's love.
It is.
What's Sadie up to tonight, bro?
Yeah, my dog Sadie is the fucking best.
Fucking sweetest little thing.
Dude, she's fucking
badass.
Awesome. Yeah, she's a little hippo. All right. But yeah, dude, like having a dog getting out is awesome. It's like something like you can just like your little homie follows you around, like gives you somebody to play with and stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's why I had a kid.
Yeah.
Kind of like a dog.
more expensive dog.
Yeah, it's smarter too, you know. At least they can, at least she can tell me like what she wants. That's the worst. Fucking dude, when they can't talk and they're just crying and you're just because it's gonna get there. Ellis, like you just had a baby girl and
hey, let's put some respect on Weston's name, all right?
And what does Weston have to identify as? Have you asked him?
Yeah, have you asked him yet?
Can we even say? Can I even refer to him?
He identifies as a.
What do they identify
240
as?
Bravo. All right.
There we go.
Okay. All right.
He stated that.
Die, motherfucker, die.
He's not allowed in schools.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to know if we're gonna have to put some kitty litter in the fucking school bathroom for this.
Look, dude, I just want to know.
He could get adopted if that happens.
Oh yeah, I would.
Voluntary. Hey, I quit. I'm putting in my 2 weeks, Dad.
But technically, is it
I'm gonna look for new
adoption
parents.
or is it just like fostering a new pet? Like,
On I can just
how
leave
does
him on,
that
if he
work?
if he
Exactly.
identifies as a dog, I can leave him on the side of the road. Then it's like,
No, you drop him on the fire station, dude.
I tell you what, I don't know what's fucking more expensive though, a baby doctor or a fucking vet.
Golly, dude. I
Dude,
don't know. To be
they run a
honest with
fucking
you.
monopoly, dude. I'm
Yeah, they
fucking
do.
telling you, man. That shit. Like I just got a cat for my birthday a couple weeks ago, and yeah, it's fucking like we took her for like her first like wellness check, bro. And like if we didn't get
Yeah.
like 20, if we didn't get like
Yep.
20% off on like your first visit or whatever, dude, that we were looking at fucking like almost $800.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
for like basic shit. Literally like, oh, the dude literally the fucking vet put his hands on her and was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, cool. I recommend this and that. And like I was like, okay, cool. Like I'll roll with it. It's a fucking it used to be a stray. Like I get it, like probably needs a lot more medication or whatever than most cats initially. And then
Right.
like, bro, like it just ran it up. And he's like, oh,
Yep.
bring it back, like bring the cat back, like whenever. I'm like, hell no, I don't need to bring the fucking cat back like that many
You'll
times.
never see me
bro.
again.
Exactly. Like just fucking, and it's
Yep.
like cha-ching, 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 like every time. But pet insurance, not a whole lot of people know about pet insurance, and this actually sounds like I'm about to plug some pet insurance ads
All right,
right
I'll
now.
hit us with it. State Farm.
But
We got
no, but
Jake
like getting
State Farm.
pet insurance was like one of the best like ideas that we had because
Yeah.
it like
$15 a month. Like
yeah, something
takes care of
cheap.
everything.
Yeah, something cheap like that. And they even do like, so I have like dental injury and like illness coverage, right? But I also have like this additional thing where like it covers like your wellness checks, like your annual checks. So like it gives you an allowance of like, 500, $600 or whatever. And then so when you go there, if you spend that much, they just fucking reimburse you 100%. So it's definitely fucking worth it, especially now that I have a dog and a cat. But all in all, getting an animal when you get out, like, whew, speaks
Lifesaver.
volumes.
It
Lifesaver
really
for sure.
is.
Yeah. So I mean, fucking, damn, we just spent this time ranting about like animals and shit. But fucking Michael, welcome back. Welcome back on the show. We've had you on before. I can't say it was my favorite episode, but it was.
I mean, it was up there.
It was up there. I mean, shit.
On the topic of what's new, Ellis, what's new with you, my man?
Oh yeah.
damn, just fucking all right.
Yeah, just
getting right to it.
fuck Michael. Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Michael.
All right,
Fuck
we're going around
Michael.
the
No,
horn.
yeah,
Michael,
he'll go
Michael will
last.
get there. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
he'll
get
go
there.
last. He's the guest. Yeah,
Michael,
yeah.
you think you're fucking privileged?
No, I'm just saying it's like.
Well,
it's
he
like,
is white, so I mean,
yeah,
wait,
I
who
am.
said that?
Yes, technically, I'm entitled.
All right, Army goes last here. All right, so
Yeah.
let the men talk. No, man, I've just been good, been grinding. One thing I'd like to fucking announce real quick is Vet Labs has came out with a new fucking flavor for aminos. We got fucking grape aminos now, boys. All right?
Grape.
Grape.
Oh.
Grape aminos. We got fucking wrist straps in. We have fucking decals in.
Oh.
Hit the
Oh,
fucking
dude,
website
show off
up.
that
Go
decal.
to the
Show off that
fucking
decal.
Go to the fucking gym for our viewers watching right now.
Oh hell yeah, that's
Fuck yeah.
money. Yep,
That's
got
For
it.
our viewers watching right now. Here is the lifting strap. Vet
Wow.
Labs in red, white, and blue. All right.
I like
Go
that.
support America. Go support veterans. Vet Labs.
Vet Labs. Be
But
tough,
Michael-
smart, and disciplined.
We have Lucas Matt. We've got Lucas Moss, the CEO and founder of Moss Mutual here, and then we've got fucking owner of Vet Labs on here. All right, guys. So let me tell you what I'm selling today.
Pot owns a gas station.
Pot of. It is a Little Caesars.
Appreciate it. Thanks for clearing that up. It is not a
Oh,
gas
sorry.
station. It is a Little Caesars.
Oh man. Oh fuck. Michael, what's new with you?
Yeah. So new with me, 3 weeks ago, I had back surgery. So along with that came with penis reduction. So
Yeah.
they gave me a weight limit and had to take some off so that I wasn't lifting anything too heavy. So now I sit when I pee, and life is pretty simple here.
It's funny because when I spoke to the doctor, and this is the I'm not, maybe I'm violating HIPAA here, I don't know, but when I spoke to the doctor, he mentioned something about like not having enough cushion in between your vertebrae anymore, and that you had so little in between your legs left that it wouldn't even matter if it was there or not. It was basically just an oversized clitoris, and then they just removed it and not replaced, like, the surgery.
Yeah. What they did was they actually took the vagina on the front of me and moved it on my back
Oh,
because
nice.
I always like to
Convenient.
lay face down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a lot
You
easier now
know,
for me.
yeah, it's just like now I'll be able to go to
Full
like
plank position.
yeah, on the face for, you know what I'm saying? That's 2 holes you can hit on the same side, bro. It's like I am the like that little train that goes around the zoo and seats people, like
Oh, the little ass
now
one, yeah.
yeah, now you can hit it from the back from 2 sides and like high five your buddy, give him a pat on the back for, getting the other spot. Like it's full service.
That'd be
Yes.
like very
All right,
nut to
With
butt
me
so
though. Very
underneath.
nut to butt.
Mi-
Very nut
Michael's
to butt.
Yeah.
OnlyFans link will be attached to the video. Go ahead and
Yep.
subscribe.
Yeah.
Still looking for hosts, anchors, anybody that wants to just join in, have a good time.
Yeah, back pussy Guthrie is what they call him.
They call me back
Bussy.
clit. Yeah.
Double bus.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Make sure I keep that shit clean.
Well, I'm fucking glad we're all in good health and we're all fucking thriving, surviving. Yeah, so a lot of shit going on in our lives recently,
Yeah,
and
Lucas, what's new with you other than the cat?
Yeah.
I just tried to avoid that at all costs, didn't I? Not a whole lot, to be honest. Pretty same old over here. All quiet on the Western Front, one would say. Great book. Good movie.
We're on the West Coast for anybody who didn't get that.
Yeah, we are on the West Coast. Yeah, so I got a cat, obviously mentioned that. Her name is Catherine, like Catherine the Great. But you saw what I did there? Catherine, cat to her in.
Yeah.
Catherine.
Is that
Kitty
KA
cat.
or CA?
It's a CA. It's a soft
It's
C.
a hard C. Oh, okay. Soft C. Oh,
Soft
okay.
C.
No, soft C would be like Satherin.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
so it is a hard C. It's a K. It's
enough
still
to
a K.
confuse you between the letters.
Yeah, enough for you could say it either way and it'd still be the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been doing that. I've been a cat dad recently. That's been a very exciting experience, especially having to like owning my dog was like the first time I've ever like owned a pet, and like had to be with one, like around one at all times. So like that was different being like a dog dad. And then now you got to throw like a cat in there, you're literally talking fucking apples and oranges. Like, what are we saying? You know what I'm saying? so we just
Does
having
Rhino
like
get
the
along
whole
with Catherine?
process. Yeah, so that's what I'm like explaining right now. Like,
Right.
yeah, it's kind of like having that process of like having them adjust with like being around each other. Like they haven't exactly been in like the same room, like enclosed room or whatever yet. But they've been like around each other a lot, and we've only been a couple weeks, so we've been literally she's literally basically owned this guest bedroom. She's been the guest in this house, and then she's been working her way out to the rest of the house lately, and being a little bit more brave in doing so. So yeah, that's been experience. And yeah, other than that, I've been in school still doing the fucking school thing, man. Can't wait to graduate like fucking next year. And then
That's so far away.
Yeah, I know. I fucking know, dude. It feels like it. I was pretty excited. I was like, hell yeah, getting out. The grass is fucking greener. Don't let the green grass fool you. Like, bitch, I was letting it fool me.
We don't promise you a
rose garden. Yeah, so and I've been pretty fucking headstrong into this school thing. And then now I'm fucking it's wearing me out. I'm not gonna lie. It's just getting tedious at this point where I'm just like, hey, I fucking get it. Like, give me the fucking degree. Like, just send it to my house. I'll move on with my life. Like, you know I could do this. We both know I could do this. Like, come on. Like, who we trying to fool here?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of just having to actually show up for shit and fucking be there, and it's the tedious stuff of that. But the good news that comes out of that is like my school, I'm not gonna lie, has been pretty fucking shitty when it comes to veteran stuff. like fucking horrible. Like they had like one tab on the website and it was like 3 paragraphs about like if you were interested, and like that was all. That was the veteran presence on campus to the extent of it
Jeez.
right there. No veteran center, like nothing. So luckily, like a year ago, they got that shit. Like the club got a veteran center, and it was basically a fucking broom closet. And
Moving up
like
in the world.
yeah, start somewhere, right? And this, like, dude, this last fall semester, they forgot about Veterans Day. The school literally didn't have anything planned for Veterans Day,
Heck yeah, dude.
like absolutely none. So
Go
That's just
America.
California for you.
Yeah,
yeah,
dude.
dude, it's kind of fucked up, but also like on top of, like, it's the veterans' faults too. Like it's their fault too for, like, not, there's a club, there's, they call themselves, well, we call ourselves, I'm part of the club, VMAG, veterans and military affiliated Gales. Gales is like the fucking mascot or whatever. So we have like veteran dependents, that go to our school too. Like they can join the club. And we highly recommend that as well. But like, it just seemed like nobody knew what the fuck was going on. And it was like a scrambling at the last second. Luckily we were able to pull something out of our asses at the last second, but it was just a fucking nightmare. It looked like it was just sad, I guess. Not even a nightmare. It was just fucking depressing.
Here's your
So
water
I
and your
wonder-
bread.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's like how it is for everywhere that's like not a big military town. Like luckily I'm in San Diego, so like there's a bigger military presence. So I feel like the schools kind of emphasize that a little bit more.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I feel like San Francisco, I mean, it does somewhat have like a military presence, but not to the same extent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I'm the school I go to also is a private school, so
I see.
like state schools, I think they're a lot better with that.
Mhm.
Because
think
they're
it-
like
I
they're
think it-
100% getting paid like by the government, whereas private schools it's 50-50. Like they have to chalk up for the yellow ribbon, and then the feds they pay half. And I think that's where like they don't really have too much of an incentive to attract
Large
veterans.
demographics.
Yeah,
large-
like to
yeah.
recruit veterans. What we're gonna say, Mike?
I was just gonna say, I think it just depends on your area. Like, if there's veterans that are going to the school, then yeah, there's gonna be like a room or something that you can go to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
You
don't
would think,
per
right?
se
Yeah,
there's a
because like I went
room.
to Grace College and Seminary, like that's private school.
Yeah,
And they had like a whole freaking room, TV. I mean, they had a free coffee, soda, like whatever,
yeah.
See, yeah, we don't have that here. We have like a veterans department, which is kind of cool. Like you go in the main building and like anything like complaint wise, or like if your money's not going to you, like exactly where to go. But there's not like a recreational like room or anything like that for us to
What?
chill at. No.
Y'all need to
Damn.
get on that, because
Yeah.
that like when it comes to, and something that I've been fucking like, oh, this is a word I throw at them a lot. Like, you guys need to get like legitimized. We need to get legitimized. Like, no one's gonna fucking take you seriously. Like,
Yep.
that's the thing about veterans, I think, is like, to be honest, like we all had corpsmen or in Mike's case, a medic up our asses about like, hey, yo, you need to go to fucking medical to get your
Yep.
shots. Like, like they were babying you the entire fucking time. Like,
Yeah.
never your pay shit was always like, you never really had to work out with. If anything went wrong, you went to your immediate superior. Hey, corporal. Hey, sergeant. Hey, staff sergeant. So and so's fucked. This is fucked up, and then they basically do it for you. Like they would
Right,
literally
exactly.
fucking.
Heads
They would
would roll,
yeah,
you would
they
get
would pass
paid.
it up. Yeah, they would pass it up, and like after that, like you like everything was basically done for you.
Yep.
And then so you get out of the military, and it's like shit, like nothing's like that at all. Like nothing, not even shit with the VA. Like you got to do yourself. Like
Yeah.
you
So
have to start advocating for yourself. You have to fight for yourself.
it is a process, absolutely. Like I recently just switched schools. I'm going to a different university now, and so I guess the VA system was down, right, for enrollments. So the school knows I'm enrolled, but the VA doesn't. So this last month I didn't get paid for. And it's on me to then go resubmit everything to the school and make sure that they submit it up to the VA. So it's like instead of like just talking to one person and everything getting done, you got to communicate with the school. All right, tight. They said they got
Mhm.
in what they needed. Now you got to go hound the VA, make sure that they get it in and talk to your school. And then maybe you get the back pay. If not,
Yep.
then you got to continue talking to them, fighting for it, and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So no, it is definitely more of a hassle, more of a process, but I think it does like force you to get out of that baby mindset, like that mindset of like, hey, everything will get taken care of for me, and make you be more proactive
Mhm.
in getting stuff done.
Yeah, and Chris, maybe you could speak on this. Like, it's almost like the dichotomy of like being a man, because you go through this experience of like, you know, you're in the military, you're a soldier or a Marine, and you get out, you think you have all your fucking shit together, and you realize that you kind of don't, though. Like, everyone sees you, everyone's like has that perception that you do, you have that perception that you do, but reality is that you don't.
Mhm.
I feel like there's a couple things that go into that. Like I understand the whole like to a T, like getting out, and people I think like, oh, you just got out of the Marine Corps, bro, you're gonna kill it. Like it's like, no, dude, like shit fucking sucks. So it's kind of like, you know, like how we always say fake motivation is motivation. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, you fucking fake it till you fucking make it, man. You fucking get that fucking job, you fucking put in the fucking work. And then fuck, I forgot what completely was gonna say about the other part.
Be a man. Take cold
All right,
showers.
I'll go back. I'll go cold showers.
Eat
No,
nothing but meat.
nothing but meat. Take cold showers. No, but the fake it till you make it, and I fucking lost it, man.
No, you still got it, brother. I believe in
Yeah.
you.
No,
But
It'll
but
come back. It'll come
yeah.
back. We'll be in the middle of a conversation. He'll come out of left field.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Well,
he used to
Yeah.
do this shit all the time at work. He
yeah.
used to do
Well,
this shit all the time. Hey man, what'd you just work on? The fuck did I just work on? What do you mean? No, bro, like you literally just worked. Fuck, dude, I don't know.
there,
Just like you
there are
lost it.
reasons. There are reasons.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'll pass the ball to you, Mike. I'll pass the ball to you. Like, can you speak on that dichotomy of like, you know, feeling like you are a man, especially you've seen combat, like coming from seeing combat, coming back into society, you know, you're almost put up on a pedestal in that way. Like, even yourself mentally, like your dick it feels heavier, like you said, like
Oh yeah.
it feels heavy. Your balls are a little bit lower, and like your chest is puffed out a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
And you realize, like, once you start experiencing some of those societal things, that maybe that's not the case.
Yep. Yeah, like like when I got out, you know, everybody always thinks that they have a plan, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. And then life throws all these kinds of curveballs at you.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just all about, you know, how you play the cards that you're dealt. You know, it doesn't matter what you get dealt, it's just how you play them. And so like getting out, you think you have a plan, you start to like get that emotion, but then, you know, the military is structured, and, you know, it's follow the line, stay in line, follow the line, keep moving forward. Well, then you get out in society and there's left, right, you know, shit, you can go diagonal, you can go backwards,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and these options weren't available, you know, when you were in, or you just didn't think about them. You were zeroed in on, you were looking at a tiny picture as opposed to the big picture. So now when you get out, you're forced to look at the big picture, but you've only been seeing the tiny picture. You know, you've got to, oh shit, I got to get my life straight. Like, luckily for me, when I got out, like my parents had just split up, so I could still go back to the old house that I had. I mean, you also have things that, yes, like societal things that you have to learn when you go out to the bar.
Is this your big picture? Like, what did your big picture look like?
So like when I first got out, my first thing was I had to get home. So I got med boarded, and I had just fixed my Ford Ranger, and I had just over $300 in my bank account. And I had to drive from El Paso, Texas to Mishawaka, Indiana. It's like 26 hours away in a fucking stick shift fucking truck. Like,
Hey, people do it to go to Hollywood to be famous.
yeah, not on $300, bro. Like, let me tell you about a gas guzzler and driving 26 and a half hours.
The loves up and down the highways are pretty cheap though. The gas
Oh,
is
yeah.
pretty cheap at Loves.
Yeah, if I throw my ass around a little bit, you know.
Be a lot lizard.
Yeah, just go over with a full beard and a wig. Hey, big boy. Fucking suck your dick
No,
$5.
the glory holes in the fucking bathrooms will suffice.
Yeah. But you know, that was like the tough thing because I even stopped at a hotel and was like, yeah, I'll just get a night and had no money. And I was like, oh shit, I'm in Oklahoma. Like, I'm gonna have to figure this out. But it
Mm,
turns out I just didn't have enough money to buy that hotel. So then I had to call my bank and was like, hey, like I'm traveling, like
yeah.
let me buy gas.
Let me survive.
No, just like I had money, they just, oh wait, he's hit all these states filling up with gas. Now he's trying to get a hotel in this state. Like it's just very odd.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I made it home somehow and still had money. And fuck, I don't know. I don't think there was a few charges that went through or something. Maybe they marked them as fraud. I don't know.
Yeah.
But made it home and then just kind of had to figure out like, hey, what am I gonna do? You know?
hmm
But then it's also like you're at the same time that you're trying to figure everything out, you're going from fast pace to no pace.
Yeah.
The world slows
That's-
down and you're
that's a
just
big one.
fucking, you're going, you know? And that was difficult to figure out how to
It's-
slow down just a little bit.
How to slow
Yeah.
down and then keep yourself from getting lost, right?
Yeah.
Like it's so easy to just
It's
disappear, like not give a fuck anymore. You
oh
know?
yeah, dude, and I did, dude. I mean, I went down the tunnel, bro. I mean, fuck, dude, I went out every night. People don't party like you do, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Yep.
an adjustment, you know. And just kind of getting away from it, you know, learning the bad things about stuff, you know, and just being like it's not worth it, you know.
That
Yeah.
was a big learning curve for me too. I know exactly where you're coming from. Again, from the partying to just like you oftentimes you throw yourself into like unhealthy things as well, right? Unhealthy relationships,
Coping too.
unhealthy, yep, like all kinds of bad substances, too much dependence on alcohol, like, and it gets to that point where that could easily consume you if you're not strong enough to know what is and what is not good for you.
Right.
So,
Yeah, and I mean like that's a huge thing. And then, you know, you kind of it gets away from you a little bit. Then you've got to refocus,
right.
you know, and then my refocusing was my mother decided she was moving to Delaware. And I was like, well, I'm not moving to the East Coast. Like I know everybody over here.
Moving in with Biden.
Yeah. Yeah, next door neighbors. And she had gotten a new job, so she had to leave for it, which was on the East Coast. Which she was fine with because a lot of her side of the family is on the East Coast. So then I had to make a choice, you know, like, hey, am I going with her and then figuring out life, or like, you know, and I kept saying like I want to go to school, I want to go to school. So then my dad was like, hey, come live with me for a little bit. And I was like, okay, you know, so I went and lived with him and he made it a rule like, hey, you have to do something.
Mhm.
Because I was in a funk. I was in a deep, deep funk. You know, I got my medical pay from the military from my med board. So I
God
had,
bless.
yeah, so I had 10 grand, you know, that I was living off of. And so I was like, all right, well, I'll go to school then because I'll still get paid and I won't have to work.
Wait, so did you like get a buyout? Like, was it a buyout or
Yeah,
was that?
so basically, yeah, they paid me the rest of my contract, but
Okay.
I get a percent taken out every disability check that I get now. That goes into paying that back.
Was it worth it?
Oh, I mean, I didn't give a shit. I need, you know, they were just like, hey, we could pay like we could pay you out. And like in my head, I was thinking, fuck yeah, I need you to drop that shit today.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I got $300. Like, yes, pay me, you know, and they were like, you know, well, over time, because you're getting disability, we'll take a percent out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
And
then I just found, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, and I think a lot of people, who didn't listen to the first episode, don't realize, they're probably like, oh, why the fuck did you not have your disability all set up? Like they don't realize that you were like on med board in like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a
yeah.
2 week turnaround. So you didn't have time to like just fucking set everything up and shit like that.
Oh yeah, I had nothing. I mean, it was literally 2 weeks and I was out. I mean, luckily there was guys on staff duty that I knew from deployment. So like they took me off base, but all my bags and stuff, I was waiting on my truck to get fixed and I had nowhere to go, you know? So I was like, hey, so I went and hung out at the CQ desk. And if I, you know, and thankfully, you know, I had some really good dudes. So they were like, hey, if like that truck isn't fixed today, just come crash in our barracks room. Like the people on staff duty won't care. They know me, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
they know the situation. But luckily it was fixed. So I started the drive home that day. But yeah, that was a whole thing, dude. That was a whole, they suckered me into a vehicle. Um, we had come back from deployment and, you know, of course I went batshit crazy, you know, out of all the shit that I had seen and done and whatnot. I just, like, I was ready to party. Like, you know, hey,
Yeah.
I want to try to be normal and like forget stuff, you
Mhm.
know, like, just, you know, get away, just escape it for a second.
Yeah.
And I ended up with like my last couple grand, like putting down payments on this Ford Ranger. My dad used to have a Ford Ranger. It's my favorite vehicle. Like it was manual, just like his. Like fuck yeah, dude. Lifted like 4 inches, so it fucking like you know just like looks stupid as shit. But now the best part about it was eventually, like yeah, I test drove it. It was like daybreak because my one buddy was like, I'm buying a Jeep, and I was like, fuck it, I'll buy a truck. Like I'll buy a fucking car. And so I saw it, test drove it, was like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna buy it. Fuck, I think it was like 12 grand or something. And didn't look at the fucking wheels.
Were they bald?
Each tire was different. And the spare was on one of them.
Oh God.
These dudes, well, luckily they suckered me into one of those like uh warranty programs, right?
Oh man.
Fucking backfired on them. It was the best.
Oh yeah.
So I'd been paying on it, and I was like, you know, and then my truck, what it what it started to do was drive it down the road, you know, just fucking die. It just fucking die.
Just roll over and die.
No, just fucking like lights would shut off, fucking engine cuts out, and then lights would come on, and you're just cruising, like, and then it won't turn over.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, what the fuck? So I take it into them, and they proceed to tell me like, oh yeah, you know, like yeah, you got to get a whole new drive shaft and stuff. And this was like 2 days before I was out of the military. I'm getting
Yeah.
told this, right? So
Oh
I'm like,
man.
these motherfuckers. And he's like, yeah, it's gonna be like $900. And I was like, the fuck it is. I said, you guys sold me a platinum warranty. And he went, what? And I said, you sold me a platinum warranty. And I said, here's the crazy thing. All the bills I've been getting were for the full amount of the vehicle. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I gave them a $2,000 payment. So I was like, hey, where did my $2,000 go? And then he went back inside and verified, yeah, you got a platinum warranty. And I said, how much does that cost? And he said, well, about 2 grand. And
Yeah.
I went, oh, okay. So like, you're going to fix it, right? And he goes, well, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, good. Yeah. And it's free, right? And he was like, yeah. And I went, oh, good. Then he told me, he's like, I got to call somebody out here to come and look at it, make sure it's covered under the warranty. And I said, it better fucking be covered under the warranty. I waited 3 days and finally I get a call and it's like, yeah. And I mean, I was calling them, dude. Hey, what's going on? Like, the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Never returned a call. They never returned a call for 3 days until they called me and said, hey, your truck's ready.
About damn time.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Like people, the same shit happened with my Jeep. Like I was fucking just trying to register my Jeep in Maryland, and it was like a fucking insane process, dude. And like I was like pumping so much money into it
Yep.
because I had to downgrade it too because of like the certain like laws and whatever. I couldn't have like the light bars or whatever. I didn't have like fender flares over my tires because my tires were big as shit and like just a bunch of bullshit. And like it was just getting so many problems were happening with it, and I took it into a four-wheel parts. I'll fucking put this company on blast. Like I don't fucking write Yelp reviews, dude, but I will fucking like
I will Yelp the shit out of
I will
these
Yelp
guys.
the shit out of these motherfuckers right now. Like they are about to get Yelp. Four, like the number 4 wheel parts. And fucking this was like, I don't know, Glen Burnie, fucking Maryland. But yeah, so I took this shit in, right? And I was gonna pump fucking thousands of dollars into this thing just to get it all finally finished, because not only could I like had to downgrade it and pay, I had to fucking get new tires, I had to get new fucking I had to pay for fender flares, and then I had to pay the installation for fender flares.
Yeah.
And like that's like fucking thousands of dollars. And then on top of that, my engine light kept coming on for some reason. And like nobody could fucking figure it out, dude. Like everywhere I took it, nobody could figure it out. And it was driving me up a wall because in order for me to fucking switch my tags, I had to pass safety, and you can't pass the safety if your fucking engine light's on. So finally I was taking in the four-wheel parts, and they were gonna do everything for me. Motherfucker, dude. So they do like the early bird, you drop it off like the night, you drop your keys in the box, right?
Yeah.
Dude, a day passed. Next day, nothing. I'm like, what the fuck? I call these motherfuckers, and I was like, yo, where's my Jeep? Like, what's going on? And they're like, what Jeep? I was like,
oh no.
Excuse me?
I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, yeah, you never dropped your shit. I'm like, so the funny thing was like where I parked is directly in front of the front door. Like the parking spot directly in front of the front door, and it tells you, it doesn't even tell you like what the license plate number is for your fucking for like your car, like whatever's like they were doing it by description. So like it literally had white Jeep at like 9 a.m. was supposed to be the first appointment of the day, and there's a white Jeep chilling there right in front of the front fucking door where the employees that's where they walked into, was the
That's
front
where
door.
they had to. Yeah.
So so I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, and I was like, check your fucking Dropbox. I was like, I guarantee you I put my keys in your Dropbox. And sure as shit, it was in there. Nobody checked it.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, so my car was chilling there, and then they're like, okay, like it'll be ready fucking by the end today, right? Cool, awesome. And then so fine, I get a call like right before they close, and they're like, yeah, you can come pick it up. And I get there, and I'm like, so I'm looking at like they print out the list of like everything they've done, right?
Right.
And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, what exactly did you guys do? Because none of this is like what I brought it here for. So essentially all they did was just like run a diagnosis, like a diagnostics.
Oh my god.
Which I could have done. I have a fucking reader.
Right.
Like that's why I brought it in. And then they like fucking they literally just cleaned it. They cleaned my car, and they just wiped the code basically, and told me that I had more stuff that I needed to get worked on.
Wow.
And I was like, oh man. So I fucking reamed them out. I was like, yo, you guys need to fucking fix this shit right now. Blah, blah, blah. Left it there, so my Jeep's been there for like fucking, half a week already.
Jeez.
And I finally get it back, and I get the death wobble. I got the death wobble in my Jeep after that, and it got worse and worse and worse. And like part of like what they did like was they gave me an alignment. They were supposed to do the alignment, and they never fucking actually did the alignment.
God damn it.
Yeah, so it was just a big shit show, and I ended up not getting practically anything done on it, and I just fucking went to a dealership one day. Right before I went to the dealership, I wiped the code, fucking went there and traded that bitch in, and got my fucking car.
Hell yeah.
I got the car I had now, because I was just sick and tired of it, man. I was like, oh, the tags, the title shit. I was like, I signed the fucking paper that says that's your problem now.
Yeah.
So So don't be fucking hitting me up about Florida this, fucking Maryland that. Like, I
Yep.
don't give a fuck. Like, y'all try to sell the Jeep now. Like, I'm done with this shit. And
Their
they actually,
problem
yeah,
now.
they actually gave me a lot more money for it than I thought I was gonna get for it.
See, you've been really lucky with trouble cars.
Yeah.
That's the second story I've heard so far about a car that you either one have to get rid of or two don't know what the fuck you're gonna do with
Yeah.
that just magically disappears from your hands and you
Yeah.
get paid out a hell of a lot more.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. The first one was the Honda Pilot that had, dude, they had this thing, Swiss cheese engine, bro. This thing was just leaking oil. I
A
literally
lot of
had,
good memories in that car though.
yeah, oh, hell yeah. I had quarts. I literally had just fucking the bottles of quarts of oil in my fucking trunk because it would just be like filling up gas, dude. It was almost daily. Like almost daily, like
Damn.
fucking, yeah, it was so bad. And I was like, I'm obviously not bringing this to the mainland. And I think I owed like $6,000 on it left. And I was like, it's not, there's no way I could have even sold it for $6,000 because I actually, I took it in to get like, to see what was wrong with it. Like, and I was like, the dude at the time told me, he was like, dude, there's like $8,000 like worth of fucking problems here. And I was like, best I can do is 2,000 right now. I told him, I was like, fix all you can for $2,000. And he was like, I got you. And so he actually like fucking basically did all he could for $2,000. He actually did a pretty fucking good job because it was not leaking as much when I got it bad, but it was still leaking. And I knew like, the work that still needed to be put in it was worth just as much as the car I had left on the car. So I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to eat it. I was like, at this point, I was already saving money because I was getting out. I started saving money like over deployment and stuff. And I was like, man, this is really gonna cut into the savings, but whatever. If I gotta eat it, I'm gonna eat it. Because I actually had somebody who was willing to pay for it, but they're gonna only pay me like $2,000 for it. And I was like, yeah, I don't blame you. I don't fucking blame you. And then I made a really bad decision and I had some drinks and I went out to drive and I got fucking hit. And yeah, no fault states. So like it worked out.
Car was covered.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I actually got paid out the ass for it.
Damn.
So I mean my insurance went up, so I eventually fucking ate it. But
Yeah.
but
It's more gradual,
yeah, it was more
Yeah.
gradual. Like I definitely trust me, I paid my dues.
So my story is somewhat similar to that.
Is this the eyeball story?
Eyeball, sir?
Is this the glass in the eye story?
No. That wasn't my
Ah.
car. So I bought a car when I first got to San Diego,
Oh,
and for like $6,000 cash. I was like, all
veteran
right,
story.
it's a
Yeah.
2011 like Nissan Sentra, shitty as hell, like those sunspots on the bitch, but like she
Mhm.
ran. But
Right.
like I don't know, like every other day, like the engine just would not turn on. So I'd have to like pop the hood, like wiggle the battery. Like I
Wait,
wouldn't
where
even
did
have
you
to
get
like
the car from? Where did you get the car from?
it was like some dealership right on the border between
So you,
Tijuana and yeah.
brother.
But no. But like I checked the whole car, like everything was good. It wasn't leaking or anything like that. It's just I noticed after like 3-4 months of having it, like there would be some slight like electrical problems. So I would literally just like pop the hood, wiggle the battery, and then go back, turn the ignition, and it will work again. And I'd be like, holy shit. Right. So I'm like, I vowed to myself, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna drive this car into the fucking ground. As soon as it's dead, like I'm gonna go buy a Mustang. Like that is my goal. That is what I'm gonna do. Because I've always wanted like a convertible Mustang in
What is
California.
dead may never die.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about this, right? And this weekend I have to go to this wedding in Tijuana. And I was like, I'm not fucking driving. Like I'm not making that. So I'm in the passenger seat. The girlfriend's driving to Tijuana. We're going to some wedding, right? And I'm looking up like different Mustangs. And there's like 3 in all of Southern California. And I'm like, dude, there's no fucking way. There's no way.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we had an awesome time at this party. We come back the very next day. I'm taking my suit to go to the fucking dry cleaners. I'm backing out of my driveway and a drunk driver rams right into my car. Right into my car, man. And so I'm okay. Like it would hit me on the passenger side. I get out, I look at the car, I look at her, and I'm not even upset. I'm like,
Yep.
I got a down payment for my Mustang now.
Yep.
So the insurance company, I paid $6,000 cash for this car. The insurance company gave me $1,150. I was like,
Damn.
I'll take it. I'll fucking
Yep.
take it. They're like, oh, there's a slight sunspot. We were gonna give you like 12 for it, but because of that, we only giving you 11. I was like, don't even worry about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Awesome. And so
That's
yeah, that's the story of how I got my car.
Fucking Chris, you had like fucking 4 cars. Like, like I remember like you had like 3 or 4
Dude.
cars before we got
Man,
out.
so like when I was like my life consisted of just partying, street racing, and fucking just doing side jobs.
sounds like a fucking mafia movie. Like here we go, fucking
Goodfellas.
How to
Fast
be
and
a
the
man.
Furious 15.
No, he's
fucking
gonna name it
Christopher Ellis,
How to Be a Man.
Bucks
be a-
Brad Pitt,
Bucks Brad
and a
Pitt.
Subaru XR.
Gets fucked by Brad.
Yeah.
Dude, I would get off work at like whatever time, like 1700, and then
What
get my
time was that? What time?
or 5. I would go back. I had a Chrysler 200 I
PM.
bought, and I would do fucking Uber and Lyft until like 10 o'clock at night. And I'd go home, go to bed, wake up, go to work same day or next day. And then the weekends, I had an SRT8 Challenger, and I'd take that bitch out street racing them. And it was like a fucking weekly cycle, bro, of just like doing Uber and Lyft to like buy more car parts for my fucking car to make it faster. And then I got out, and I wanted a fucking car here too, so I bought a Scat Pack Charger. And then I moved my ass to Michigan, where
a
it
lot of
fucking
power.
snows 10 fucking feet every winter.
You can't have
My-
that out there.
So my first winter, I was like, fuck, I get rid of my Scat Pack now, which I regret doing. So I bought a truck and a fucking 2020 Dodge Ram. I fucking loved it.
Always got to compensate, you know.
Yeah, always gotta
Yeah.
compensate. All right, little dick syndrome right here. And then I
arms are
fucking
so
moved back
big.
to Ohio, and it's like I fucking got a job working with this asshole over here.
Yeah.
Where I'm driving an hour to work every single day. So I trade my truck in to get my Chrysler 300, which I have now.
Yeah, dude, he
So-
traded that bitch in to put miles on it.
Miles. I
Yeah.
put 30,000 miles on it in a year.
Yep.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
That's what he calls me.
Dude, I'm still heartbroken over you having to get rid of that Scat Pack. That's
If I could go back, I would have kept the SRT8 Challenger. It was a 6-speed. It was a 2012. It was fucking beautiful. I bought it
Yeah.
with 30,000 miles on it.
And that the flux capacitor was included, right?
You're damn right it was.
Yeah. Yeah, if you jerked off the gearbox, fucking you could go back in time.
Fuck yeah. I got like I wouldn't say like my dad car, but it's like the car I plan on having for like my late 20s, early 30s, like for sure. Like I'm just Toyota Corolla. That's the car I'm gonna run into a fucking ground.
they're
Like
solid. They're solid, man. They
Yeah.
last forever.
They are.
yeah, but it might, to be honest, mine might just incinerate from the inside out because like this it
your
just
track
smells like
record with cars?
just smells like fucking weed like all the time in there. Like it's just not good. I wish. Yeah, I just wasn't really thinking like when I went car shopping that day. I was kind of thinking, I was looking at the luxury edition. I got the sport edition, but I was looking at the
Oh.
luxury edition, and I was like, oh yeah, this is Mr. Roger Wonderbread land car. I can get around the neighborhood in this jolly old thing. That was like my mindset. Like that's kind of like the path I wanted to be on. Just have a safe, fucking just cool, like, or just safe, reliable car. Like I didn't really give a fuck anymore about what it looked like or anything.
Yeah.
And then Carolyn was like, she's like, that's not really you. That's not really you. And I was like, I wasn't here really choosing for me per se. Like I was just choosing just to have a fucking car that's reliable, don't have to worry about it, kind of thing. Point A, point B, kind of looks good. It's it's a good name brand, whatever. And
It's reliable.
so then we looked at the sport edition. And I was like, oh, okay. And it comes with the side sensors, which if you're a stoner is like like
Godsend.
reliable right there.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, like, yeah, I'm a fucking safe ass driver now. Like
Yep.
I am a super safe driver. And the sensors, I guarantee you, make me extra safe. Do not consume cannabis and drive, ladies and gentlemen. I am completely joking. Kind of. But yeah, so yeah, but in California it's legal to smoke in your car, but only if it's stationary, and you're like not going
So
anywhere.
like at a stoplight.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
bullshit.
that's still
That's
fucking
stationary.
Well, if you
You're
put it
not
in
really
park.
going
Yeah,
anywhere.
yeah, it has to be in park or whatever, and I think your keys have to be like on the roof or in the trunk, some stupid shit like that. But
Yeah, you can't be in a position where you can take your keys and put them in the ignition.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I gotta push to start, honey. So you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
I just need to be close. It's like me and a clitoris. I just
Yeah.
gotta be close.
Just gotta be close. General area, accuracy by volume.
I'm just kidding, guys. I'm the president of Ellis's club.
Oh, the disabled veterans for foot jobs.
Yes, well, not only that, but the micro penis club.
Oh, micro penis club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have him beat by an inch.
Wow, so he must be at like 0.5.
Yes,
They ain't not trying to brag or anything.
almost. It's like a little pimple, you know. Just,
What's fucking Weston working with? What would he
Dude, Weston's
Dude's got a
dude.
hammer, yeah.
Fucking baby arm
fucking,
fucking mailman right there.
he
It's
came
the
out. I thought he
mailman's
had three
baby.
fucking legs, bro. Scared the shit out of me. It was looking at me, dude.
Yeah, you thought the doctor was pulling him out by 2 legs, and you realized.
No, all right. So listen to this shit. So they go to circumcise him like the very next fucking day.
Okay,
and
so now we know he's
went,
circumcised. Now we know
oh
where
yeah,
you stand
yep.
on that.
His dick
Okay.
is chopped. Yep. So he's only
Like
like down the
Hylam,
hall
dude.
from us.
Hi.
So he's like down the
Mishpuka.
fucking hall from us, and we hear like him like screaming bloody fucking murder. I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like this is like he's like a day old. So he
Yeah.
comes back, and it's like this little ring around it, and I'm like, wow, this looks fucking
It's a
weird.
halo.
So like as like
Yeah.
the days go on, like 2 or 3 days pass,
It is
like,
a
and, like,
halo.
the tip of his dick is like purple.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I'm like, whoa, like, that doesn't look right. And then we take him to a doctor, and the doctor was like, holy fuck, that's not right. And she like cut it and took it off. She was like, this is too tight. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? So what's too tight? And the nurse practitioner who came and like view him before we left the hospital was like,
Did
oh,
she have to jerk him off to make sure that it still worked?
dude, yeah. And it just
Dude,
it just kept
I'm
growing
so
and
proud.
growing.
Wesley's fucking first handy, bro.
Get in it, bro. Not even
Nah.
a year out the womb.
Dude,
Way to
real though.
be. Way to be, Weston.
Not even the 2 days, bro. Not even 2 days out the womb. He's already
Wait,
Fucking
but you
knee
watched
slapper.
that? But you watched that?
Yeah.
That's even more impressive. That kind of gets
I
me
know.
off.
Can you sleep at night, dude? That would give me nightmares, dude.
I didn't watch the circumstance. I watched them cut
Like
the
fuck
ring
what
off.
I've done, dude. That would kill me. Like,
yeah.
God, just thinking about that.
Yep. And not
That's
being
it,
in
dude.
a closet. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. If I wasn't gay, Jesus Christ.
No,
you
I was talking
imagine?
about like
Oh.
physically being in a closet.
Damn, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
We do not condone pedophilia.
No.
only if it's necessary. That's the only
for
time.
human survival.
Survival. Yes. If you need to procreate but make the ultimate species, maybe in like an alternate like dream state.
Yeah.
All right,
You
we're
know
gonna
what I'm
cut
saying?
commercial.
Yeah, let's move away from this guy.
Michael only fucks dogs. That's what he's
Yeah.
trying to say.
Bestiality.
Which is
only.
still
But it's
illegal.
love. But it's love. Is it?
So speaking of
Unconditional.
fucking dogs, Michael, how was your experience overseas?
Oh god, dude. It's fucking terrible, man.
All right,
Fucking
well, what's
shawarma
what's
over
the
there.
funnest shit though? Like, what's like the coolest thing you got to do when you're overseas?
Oh, when
Leave.
I was over there? Yeah.
Go home.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. I don't know, man. There's a lot of cool shit. I mean, like you look at it afterwards and you're like, damn, that was fucking cool. Like one time, so we had like a recon platoon, right? It was like,
Bruh.
you know, like
Yeah.
recon, you know, fucking
Ricky Recons.
yeah, they're like we're fucking hardcore. We got our, you know, fucking Ellis. My arms are so fucking big. You know what I'm saying?
My dick is so small.
Yeah, dude, fucking just anger
Emasculate
all the time.
me. I'm a
Yes,
simp. I'm a
yeah,
simp. Yeah.
Yeah, you walk into a party, you bring one girl, and like everybody was being normal. You turn around, you look back, everybody's got their shirt off. That's recon. Like,
Yeah.
like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I forget. We got into some firefight or something, and there was some guy who was a decent, decent way away, and we were kind of like Overwatch. So I was with the recon dude, and he had it's like oh, what the hell do it was like it was a squad designated rifle. So
Yeah.
like we always had like a squad designated rifleman, right? So he had like a 7.62 like 5-round
A
magazine,
DNR,
like
right? Is that what they call
A
it?
yeah,
DMR.
a DMR,
DMR, a
yeah,
designated marksman.
yeah, rifle,
Yeah,
And
yeah.
maybe we translate that
Marksman
from
rifle.
Chinese.
yeah. And like he
You
took
broke up
all
there
those
for a little bit,
shots.
Aaron.
Oh, I did. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
designated marksman rifle.
There we
yeah.
go.
DMR.
Okay, yeah. Okay, for sure.
And he couldn't hit him, dude. Fucking, I don't think he could hit shit with it, but yeah, he missed every shot, dude. And I pulled up my little M4, dude, and shot that son of a bitch running. Banged in, dude. And I looked right at him and I was like, "Hey, man, can I be recon?" He just fuck you, dude. That's what he said. And I was just like, "All right, cool." Like that was cool. Like I didn't think I was gonna do it.
Yeah.
I also shot 1,700 meters up the side of a mountain, like confirmed hitting a target with an M4.
Damn.
So like I can push that round. Like I
Fucking
mean, you
hot
just
shot.
How much
yeah, like
Kentucky windage was on that bitch? For you're like,
oh dude, there was a fuck ton. The ACOG stops at 1,000, so it's like you gotta like, fuck about right
Yeah.
there, pull the trigger, and he's like, fuck, But
You're like over 2 ticks. You're like, it's right
yeah.
around this area,
Yeah.
kind of. All right.
I mean, like there's a lot of cool shit. Like we go on missions, and you'd get your balls smacked by some poppy fields and stuff that you got to walk through, which is funny because you watch it happen to your buddies. And you're just like, yeah. You're pulling like pot plants like off the side of the road, like
Nice.
stalks, like just. I mean, some of the people are cool. You see some fucking weird shit, dude. Like you see some shit happens at night, like some weird shit,
Yeah.
or during the day.
Yeah, probably both.
Oh god, there's fucking weirdos, man. They're like, and like it's a whole different culture over there. The the way that the women are treated and things like that. I mean, you watch a small like 4-year-old scream at his mother and she has to obey him because it's a boy.
This is Afghanistan, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they play tag with rocks, man. I'm not kidding you. Like I've
Fucking
watched
hardcore.
these kids could be MLB stars winging these rocks at each other, and they laugh when they get hit. Like, dude, I am ready to chop legs off. You throw a fucking rock at me, like. But like the culture's like attritioned to like war, with America. Like the first thing I ever found out was like, yeah, we've been here for a long time, and the only reason I know that is because I was a stand-up gunner on like one of our first missions, and they were showing, the old unit that we're replacing, showing us the routes and stuff that they do, where we need to, do patrols and things like that. And this kid raised his hand like he was waving at me, right? So like, the first thing they do when we got there was like, hey, hearts and minds, right? We have to win their hearts and minds. So I'm like, oh, I've seen this I watched this on YouTube before I came over. These fuckers wave at you, you got to wave back. And I went, dude, and I put my hand up, and that kid's hand just flipped me off. And I was like, I immediately came over comms and was yelling at my sergeant, like, we have been here too damn long. That little fucker. And dude, he was laughing. I was like, son of, and that was like a wake up call for me. Like, all right, well, we've been here for a while. So like they know,
Yeah.
And but I mean that was funny. That was a little normal, but they would throw rocks and shit at you, which people don't think like, oh, it's a little kid, but yeah, you're driving 25 miles an hour like that way.
Yeah.
He's throwing the rock this way. Like, but I mean it's just it can be shocking to see some of these things. I mean,
Sounds pretty fucking demoralizing, dude. Like it sounds like it would just be like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, shit, dude. You
and
go around.
how do you balance that with, you know, always or just trying to fight complacency like simultaneously?
Well, most of the time, like, I don't know how to put it. You just get into it. There's a switch. There's a switch that I found out that I have. I know that a lot of other people do too, but there's just like an emotion switch that like you toggle, you
Mm,
know, like, when you, I don't know, don't have shit going on, like you can let loose a little bit, kind of try to deal with stuff if you want, or just keep it off, you know, just let the animal out type of thing.
yeah.
And I mean, there was one day where I lost three of my best friends, and from that day forward, like it was off. Like I broke the switch.
Yeah.
Like I yanked that fucking thing out of the wall. Like I challenged every time I met a male, I challenged his honor.
Mm.
You know, I would say terrible things to him to try to get him to fight me. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it was on like Donkey Kong, you know.
Hmm.
But
It's funny you bring up honor. Like it's not a term you hear very much anymore. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
It doesn't exist. It doesn't
Yeah, it's
exist
not out
anymore.
here.
yeah,
It's
yeah. They take that very serious over there, or that's what they told us, you know. But
Mhm.
I guess they pick and choose. I mean, in my experience, like they pick and choose when they're ready to, act on it. Because the
Yeah.
things I was saying, like, yeah, dude, like in America, like, yeah, it wouldn't have flown about 10 feet before I had about 15 dudes on me. Like, man, I was saying some bad things. But I mean, like, there's all kinds of crazy things that you say as well. Like you see a lot of stuff. So like one of the big things that really turned me off, like from the military, like we had been getting hit constantly. We were constantly fighting and this and that and this and that. And there's there's a few things that you question, you know, and we can get back to that. But one of the things that really turned me away from the military in general, not like turned away, but like, fuck, this is war, was we had kids come up. And I mean, these kids walked miles just to get to our base with open wounds in their heads, shrapnel in their arms from RPGs or bullets or something. And you have to tell them to go away.
Mm.
Hey, nope,
Yeah.
can't help you. Leave. And originally, when we called it up and that came back, like, hey, turn them away, like, tell them to leave. I was like, what? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys just gave us a spiel about hearts and minds, and then you're saying go fuck
Yeah.
yourselves to people
Yeah.
in
You
need.
want to know the reason?
Hit it.
Yeah, the main reason is because if you treat that kid, the kid goes out, tells everybody, hey, though, if you're wounded, you just go there.
Yep.
So then you'll have an influx of people, and now all your supplies, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just
Yeah.
it's a give and take. So like hey, I understand it, but at the same time, like, hey, it's a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could implement like children only. Like,
Right. Yeah, you
yeah.
can't, and that was one of the things that just like I was just like, why are we here? And like seeing some of the things that you see, you question things, like God's so great, why is this okay?
Hmm.
Why does this happen? There's so much that happens. I mean,
Were you religious at all, like going into the
I
military?
wasn't. I wasn't. I mean, I was on Sundays, like
Yeah.
in basic, like,
Yeah, like everybody else.
like, you know, I sang me some hymns and stuff,
Hmm.
got them free donuts and stuff. But yeah, like, I mean, like there's times where I don't know that I would say religious, but like, I always think to myself, like, oh, somebody's watching down on me or something, because something good happens. Like, I can remember, like, like yeah, like I'm not spiritual, but like there was one time where like it was pouring rain, right? And I had to go on guard for 8 hours. I had to walk up the side of the slippery ass mountain, like, and I was just gonna be fucking wet. Like, I was not okay with this. And like, I was like, fuck. And like, I just like looked up. It was just like, Grandma, like, just make the rain stop. Like, I would be cool with that. Because our tent was flooded and everything. So then I go and you know, I forget why I was out in the rain, soaking wet already, probably on mission and was getting ready to go pull 8 hours of guard. And changed into dry clothes. And wouldn't you fucking know, dude? I opened up that goddamn door to go up to guard, and there's no fucking rain. No fucking rain for 8 hours. I get back into my tent, starts fucking raining. I was like, what the fuck, dude? You know, that's no bullshit. That was one time where I was like, okay, wait a second. Hey,
Yeah.
no
I
way.
had a similar experience in boot camp. Like I was going on hikes. We were going on hikes and my fucking knee kept locking up. And I was so worried. I was like, man, I'm gonna get dropped. Like, what the fuck is gonna happen? Like, and I was just, I'm fucking in tears, like on these hikes because my knee hurt so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I just remember I fucking like, I'm not really religious or like spiritual really. And I was like, I prayed. I was like, fucking God, please. Like when I wake up tomorrow morning, please let my knee be okay. Like I just want to fucking, be fine. And I woke up, my knee was fucking fine, dude. Like,
Oh God.
yeah. But I wasn't really still much of a believer after that, to be totally honest with you.
Well,
But
yeah,
yeah, but I would beg the question of, the expression goes like, there's no atheist in the foxhole.
that's right. And I mean, that's like the biggest thing because my dad told me one time, he was like, I was in the Gulf War, and this never rang truer to me than when the fuck it happened. But he was an M he was the 249. Yeah, he was the saw gunner, right?
Mm,
So at nighttime back then, like night vision was like like just a thing. Like,
mhm.
hey, we got night vision now. Everybody's like, fuck that bullshit.
Yeah.
So a 240 or a 249 saw was very important because you had tracer rounds at night. So usually one person out of your squad had night vision, which was the saw gunner at night because he had tracer rounds. So the saw gunner would see the enemy, start shooting. Everybody else would see where the tracer rounds are going and shoot in that direction. And he told me one time that he got into a firefight during the day, and you know, you his saying was he couldn't get lower to the ground to the point where you're on a desert, so you're laying face down, right, and rounds are just cracking over your head, and you're moving tiny rocks out of your face to get lower,
Yeah.
like it's gonna matter. But like that saying had never rang truer than until we got into our first firefight and that shit was happening, and it was like, wow, like really, like I wanted to be lower and could not get lower. Like, you're freaking out. It's just, it's a whole nother world and another ball game when you get into a situation like that. Like the true people come out, you see who runs, you see who stays, you see who locks up, and I don't fault anybody for that. I mean, that's a natural human instinct, fight or flight,
So you obviously experienced like a bunch of like traumatic events and went through a lot over there. I'd like to get your perspective on like us now. Like we're not in Afghanistan anymore. We pulled out. Obviously, all that happened. But like, what are your thoughts now that we're finally out?
Well, I mean, like originally when I saw that, like I got really, really mad because like the biggest thing that hit me was like, what did we do? What were we doing there? Like the way that we pulled out was terrible. Like it just, what did we fight for?
I don't
Like,
think
why were we
anybody
there?
would
Like, why did
disagree with
my
that.
friends die? You know, like what? Why did we go through what we went through to have it just give it right back to them? Like And not to mention, on the way out, we're losing more Americans than we had been. Like, what, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Everything we did was for nothing. It was a huge waste of time and lives. You know, the whole, it just, it made me look at it and just go, what did we even do? You know, people are gonna be like, you know, you remember that one time we went to war for years and years and years? Like,
Yeah. But how does that make you, is that how you feel like your generation will be represented? It's like kind of like that Korean War
it's the Vietnam War.
generation.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
that, you know, that's the way. I mean, we did not have it the way that they had it, you know, like thankfully we haven't been spit on and stuff like that,
Yeah.
you know,
Hmm.
like, but at the same time, it looks, to me, it looks like a loss. I mean, to me, it looks like, you know, we did nothing, you know, or it was for nothing.
Mm.
Because I mean, even giving it back to the people, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a double-edged sword because, like, while we were there, we were like, what are we doing this for? And people, oh, we're gonna give it back to them. Like, why? So fuck the Taliban can take it again.
Yeah.
But like, that didn't bother me because it was them killing their own people.
Yeah.
For us to lose people because we're being fucking stupid on a pullout like that, no, man, it really pissed me off to see, you know, Al Qaeda walking in Kandahar airfield, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like at the boardwalk that I walked at, you know, the shit that we got shot at for, bombed for, you know, we just gave it right back to them.
Yeah, and
There's,
when you reflect upon that, like, does that, how does that make you feel about your experiences there as like a whole? Like, knowing that, you know, you had to, you lost some friends there, knowing that you're kind of essentially leaving pieces of yourself there, and like coming back into a society, into an environment that is like one of the, I think it was like a very loud outrage when the initial withdrawal happened, but it's just been like, you know, swept underneath the rug ever since. You know, nobody really
oh
talks
yeah,
about it anymore. Nobody even really ever, the Iraq and Afghanistan war, like, oh, it's
yeah,
gone now. It's only, we're only we're less than a couple decades removed, and it's already kind of just, let's move
yeah,
on.
it's
You
yeah,
know.
it's just in the wind. I mean, it's just, you know, it, I mean, looking back on it, like, I cherish, like, there's a lot that I cherish with those experiences. Like, it brought me closer to all those guys, you
Mm,
know? Like, I mean, I just had one call me the other day, like, you know, it was great to hear from him.
mm,
You know, he's been through a lot since it too, you know, but I mean, it hardened me as a person, you know, I mean, it changed me forever. You know, I can't be who I was before. But, you know, I mean, you keep moving forward and stuff like that, but I mean, it left a really bad taste in my mouth when it happened, you know.
yeah.
There was a lot that a lot of people gave there, you know, and for it to be easily passed over, it's like a big slap in the face.
Yeah.
You know, if we screwed up or something, hey, we'll own up to it, but like, you know, that was a that was a turning point in my life. You know, I put my big boy pants on when I went there. You know,
Mm,
it I literally grew into a man while I was there. Like, I thought I was a tough ass. Like, you know, I thought I was hard.
yeah.
And then, you know, you go there and it can be a whole different story, you know. Locking up that first time, you know, shit really hitting the fan,
Yeah.
you know, hey, you got to do something or he's going to do something, you know, and that just that decision that you have to make and live with every day,
Hmm.
you know. I mean, it's, and that's why, like, a big thing too, uh like, talking PTSD and stuff, like, it's a huge thing that everybody has to deal with after stuff like this. And the biggest thing is that the military is just, it's not prepared for it. Like, they say they are, you know, hey, we
Yeah.
hired all
Yeah.
these psychiatrists and yada yada yada, but I mean, when we got back, man, hey, here's a couple PowerPoints, Fucking be cool, dude. Don't fucking, don't go crazy on people.
You
That's
think
what it is.
that coming back and obviously seeing how like not equipped the military was for transitioning, people over to being veterans, you play that's giving you a different aspect on life now, like looking back at everything and like looking forward to your future.
Yeah, like the way that I got out, I don't know, it was probably good for like my personality. Like I am super adaptive,
Mm,
and I'm one of those people like I don't quit. Like you can't, like you could throw everything at me and it's just like, all right, I got to just keep my head up, keep going forward, like yeah, I hit my rough patches, where I got my bad days where I gotta really think about like not like breaking fucking walls and
yeah.
skull fucking like 6 coworkers just because they're fucking they got the right clothes on.
Yeah.
And but for the most part, like I just keep trucking forward. And I think that's one thing with my transition getting out, with it being so quick, like, hey, just like fuck you, like you're out, huh?
Mm,
Like, that's what it felt like. I'm sure the standard, like, because everybody told me it was going to be 6 to 12 months. So, like, I'm sure that whole standard thing, there's more classes you can go to. Like, there's more
yeah.
teaching that they'll do.
Mm,
Mine were just like dumbass classes. Like, if I went and found my military stuff, I could show you a picture that is the pig thing. It was a class. Draw a pig. Like there's my prep for getting out of the military.
yeah. I
Fucking,
mean,
hey,
that's
here
all
you
they trust
go.
you Army guys with. I mean, shit.
Yeah. Like they let me go scot free. Like I walked it. Like the best part is like you come back and you have to talk to a psychiatrist, right? Like
Yeah.
like you land off of a plane. Like, hey, at some point in time you have to sit down with somebody, right?
Mm,
So my one buddy Handy was like, "Fuck that, dude. I ain't saying shit." And I was like, "Let's make it. All right, fuck yeah, dude. I ain't telling her shit either."
mm,
So they call me in. And I sit down with the psychologist, right? And she starts like, "Hey, so how are you?" And I was just like, "Hey, I just want to like forewarn you, like this will be the quickest one you've got. I'm not answering shit." Like I was like, "I don't need this shit. Like I'm not crazy. I'm
yeah.
fine. They said this was optional. Like I ain't saying shit."
Yeah.
So she let me go. And I walk out, come to find out, my buddy Handy, who said the same shit, was in there like an hour and a half talking to this lady. It's like, you motherfucker.
Well,
But yeah, I mean, it's
couldn't hold his own.
yeah, but I mean, it's just all about, the opportunities that you take when that time comes. It also depends on your command and all that kinds of stuff. Like my
Mm,
guys were really cool. I mean, like, hey, I gotta go. Okay, fuck it, whatever. See, dude.
yeah.
Like, all right, cool. Like, cause I was on a dead man's profile at that point in time.
Mm.
So like it didn't matter. Like if I just lied and said I had an appointment, they'd be like, okay. Wouldn't ask for proof or anything. Just okay.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal of
Yeah.
skating in the
Yeah.
military. Just have that dead man
If I told them
profile.
I had a headache, they'd be like, "See you tomorrow." Like, I mean, it just like they told me like I don't know why you still come to work.
Yeah, I was kind of the same way. I'd be like,
Yeah,
but
you little
I would
shit.
consider myself more of like a poltergeist, like where I'd come, I'm back from the dead, stir shit up a little bit, and I'd fucking disappear again for
Yeah,
a
yeah.
while, and
He'd
then
show
come
up for
back.
like
Hey
2 days out
guys,
of the week.
I'm still
Yep.
fucking
Stir the
here.
pot. He'd be like, motherfucker. He'd life someone out one day, and then the next day he'd be like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. Wouldn't see him for like 5 days, 6 days. Show
Oh
up
yeah.
again, like, hey guys, I'm here. Hi.
Yeah,
By
but
the way,
a
that's
lot of
fucked
those
up.
times were positive. A lot of those times it was just I was just there and like people were constantly looking to be distracted. Just the military.
Oh yeah. Oh
Constantly
yeah.
looking and who better than myself to
Right.
distract them from whatever the fuck they're doing.
Like,
And just and then it's me and then important people see me standing there talking to somebody there. They're like, "Oh, Moss is here. He's a chick in the box. I've seen Moss."
yep.
And then like, oh, he's for the most part he's probably doing India company things. And it's the same thing with India company. I'd show up, morning formation, hey, blah, 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 bro, fucking rub some elbows and all that shit. And And then I fucking maybe show up to the company office like once a week, just for, hey, how you doing? Huh? Talk to shoot the shit with first sergeant, just pop my head in everybody's office, just fucking do my thing, and then I'm out of there, and then nobody asks questions. Nobody asks questions after that. Like, it's just I'm just a poltergeist. I was a poltergeist. Come back from the dead occasionally. Yeah.
Disappear after morning formation.
Tear some shit up and fucking yeah, definitely. Yeah. After morning formation, people will be like, oh, NCO run. And I'm like, oh,
that's
what?
crazy. I got this comm locker, like there's something going on at the vault today, I think.
Nah, it'd be NCO run, we're running the ponds, and I'd be like, I'm in camis this morning. I'm not fucking running the ponds with first sergeant. You guys are out of your mind.
Yep. I don't know that because I was in the infantry, so like I didn't have a choice. Like,
yeah,
I had to be nut to
You're
butt.
fucking there.
I mean,
Yeah.
I basically was in the infantry. I'm saying, like,
Yeah. Oh, what do we?
Shut up.
I wrote my cover. I wrote my cover 0932.
Yeah.
And because I was a 0621 field radio operator or tactical transmission operator, and
fancy.
I was also a 0311. And a bit fucking, an infantryman. So I combine them, and you combine both of them MOSs according to math for Marines. That is 0932.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Math, you guys do well.
But no bullshit. And I was showed this by one of my officers, by fucking, I'm not sure if he was a major, but I think he got out as a captain. Captain Thompson technically explained to me that because I was with an infantry company, that I would have a sub like MOS as an 03XX. And he actually showed me on my fucking shit, like, oh yeah, here it is. Like, here's proof. Like, on your file, because you're with us, as long as you're attached to an infantry company, you have like a secondary MOS as 03XX. Yeah. So what's up, motherfuckers? Yeah, I'm a fucking grunt.
0932, right? That's what you came up with?
Yeah, he's the morale booster.
So the MOS has been disbanded.
I know you were a natural grunt, so that it took you that long as I was explaining that to actually do that math.
I looked it up. So the MOS
I looked it up.
Disbanded.
You had to look it up.
I just wanted to see if it was an actual MOS, but no, apparently it's been disbanded. It used to be the Marine Air Ground Task Force. And I guess they assisted in developing and executed training plans for both individuals and crew serve small arms.
But now it's a specialty MOS.
It's the Moss MOS, huh?
Yeah, that's the next nickname. That's the street name for it. But for the most part, it's a specialty MOS.
His is here. Delta Force is like
exactly. So it's special forces. So you not only have to be a wizard with comms, but you also have to be a certified fucking killer. So when you combine those,
there's bullets cracking everywhere. I gotta stick my dick in this outlet. This fucking comms going.
Lick it and stick it, baby.
It might kill me.
You gotta fucking lick it and stick it, and you gotta stick that fucking 10-foot fucking whip somewhere. You
guys would be the guys would be like, Ellis, get on your knees, wet this thing before I stick it. I can't reach it.
Hey, I was told by many infantrymen that comm is the deadliest weapon on the battlefield. So
it's the deadliest.
I'll just
communication is the most important thing in the battlefield, all right?
It's the deadliest thing on the
we have to make sure
That's why it's listed third. Shooting is the first part that is most important when it comes to a firefight. When somebody bad shoots at you, you should probably fucking shoot back at them.
Yeah, that would make sense, huh? You shoot back
because otherwise you could like yell at them and be like, "Hey,
radio waves back at them and fry their fucking minds."
Yeah, there's a timeout. Timeout. Why can't he understand me? I don't know. Throw your comms at him or something.
Yeah.
Well, nowadays,
fucking batteries.
Those fucking what are those stress cards, right? In boot camp.
Oh yeah,
now.
God.
It's like, hold on, guys. I know you're shooting at me, but let me get that little stress card. You're stressing me out. Let's time out.
I never fucking had
Mike used his on the Taliban.
God, dude,
really?
And they honored him. They gave him 30 minutes in a corner.
That's right, dude.
We'll start whenever you're ready.
They used to feed you butter bread. Oh my God. God, it was so thick and white. I mean, what? Boy, they would feed you. Yeah, and like the problem with me was like if I shaved my face, like I look like a child.
Molester.
Yes. But imagine me like looking like a child now, but like 170 pounds. Right?
You're just a big kid.
I was just tall. Yeah, 6'3", 179 pounds. Like I looked Ethiopian.
So 180.
Yeah. but like I looked really skinny.
Uh-huh.
And so when I would eat the food, like the Afghanis, you know, like they have this thing where like Moss, like you and I could be like really good friends, right?
Yeah,
And like
could be.
I could, yeah, but
But
like I
you're a
could
little
fuck,
weird.
yeah, but like I could, but like listen to, like hear me out, like I could fuck you in your ass, and it's cool, like we're just friends. But like if I tell you I love you, then I'm gay, and that's not cool. So then they beat you to
Oh.
death. But like buddy, you can buddy fuck, dude. like
In
like
Afghanistan?
not, but not in a bad way. Like
Like you got to keep your boot bands on. Like as long
yeah,
as your boot bands
like
stay on.
like you have to be fucking like vigilant, or them little them Afghanis will fucking snatch your ass up, dude. I shit you not. Like they
Define vigilant,
like you got
Define
like
snatching your ass up.
like they dude dude they look at you like you're objectified as like a piece of woman. Like you're like a piece of meat to them. Like dude, like you're a dude, they're a dude. Like they have like they
We're
call
all
them
dudes, hey.
yeah. Yeah. And they're like, fuck a dude. You're like, no, dude. And then they snatch your ass up, and there's like 6 of them that fuck a dude. Like it's happened. Like these dudes, they have chai boys. You guys ever heard of a chai boy?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard about
Yeah.
this. Yeah,
Like,
actually, I
yeah.
watched a documentary called fuck. I think it was Ears Open Eyes Click. I think was the
Yeah.
name
Something
of
like,
it.
yeah. Cause like
And
like being in Ashura and having one serve you, like, what the fuck, dude? Wipe the, what is that? Charcoal around your fucking eye? Get that, that
yeah.
shadow? Is that Nightingale? The fuck, Sephora? What the?
Yeah, and it's fucking like in that documentary there's there's I think it was about a marine company, and they were helping train the Afghanis, and like the local sheriffs and the local like military police or whatever, they're all fucking these little boys.
Yep.
And like, these little boys would just like disappear, and then yeah, you never see them again. Like they were like not only fucking them but like killing them and shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that shit's crazy too. It's a whole nother ball game when you're over there. And like sometimes it can be funny, and like sometimes it can be really shitty. But like the funny things, like they're pretty funny because it sucks all around for everybody. But like sometimes you get some good laughs.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Cologne, one time he was driving one of the trucks, and the tow bar it kind of sits up like that on a truck,
Yeah.
kind of like a ram. And he didn't turn fucking right, and he took the fucking wall off of somebody's hut. And dude, that guy was pissed.
Did
And I
you guys
mean,
have to pay? Like
oh
fucking
yeah, I gave him $100, $100 bill, and he
that
was happy as shit. Yep.
that would have covered it.
Oh yeah, more than covered it. Yeah, dude, they were selling Beats headphones.
Like
Like,
actual real ones.
yeah, yeah, that was the crazy thing. We looked it up. Like, you could register them and everything, and they were
Like
selling. Like,
my serial number and shit. Yeah.
yeah, I got the Detox Unlimited or something. There was some type of special one.
The detoxes, that was fun.
Yeah,
No,
it was
no, it
black. I
doesn't.
don't know, some special one, and it was the guy suckered me, and it was
Mm,
75. He got me for $79.
damn.
Yeah, and they were probably like a $600 pair back in the States.
Yeah, because
Like I
Damn.
bought a Beats uh Bluetooth speaker for like 25 bucks. It's like $300 in the US.
dude, I got a story about a steal on my Beats headphones in Japan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it was Black Friday. I think we had just gotten there, and they were doing all kinds of deals, like left and right? And so one of the big things were like the Beats Studio 3s, and they had a bunch of them on this like cart, right? And they were all discounted, and it was supposed to be like $30 off.
Yeah.
Well, at the very bottom of the cart, it didn't say $30 off, it said 30% off. And then you add your 50% off thing on top of it. So I got this for like 80% off. And the chick that's ringing me up, she rings it up as $30 off. I was like, no, it's just 30%. She's like, no, I just rang this up with the last customer, like it's $30. So I take her, to like where it says 30% off. I was like, no, it says
Karen.
30%. And
Yeah.
she's like, oh, that's a mistake. And I was like, oh, that's what it says. So they get their manager, dude. I get the Beaks for like $30, $30, brand new Studio 3s. And I come back later that day to the PX because I forgot to get something. I saw that deal. I was like, dude, I'm fucking getting it. And I look where that card is. The entire section, like all the inventory, has just been moved up to like the top 2 racks.
Yeah.
And the entire price has just been like taken off from the bottom. I was like, damn, I got it.
Yeah.
And that
Fucking
is known
got
as
it.
the second battle of Okinawa, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Jesus.
Yes, sir.
Second battle.
Oh shit. Well, we'll go fucking around the horn here. Do we have any
One
any...
sidebar real quick. I don't know if you guys looked at the chat, but
Oh,
did you
yeah.
guys hear about the Marine Corps disbanding the scout snipers?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Better now.
the SS?
Yeah. So I know we got rid of the tanks a while back, and now we're trying to do like, combining our infantry units into like littoral units now, and downsizing overall. But yeah, apparently they're disbanding the scout snipers, and they're assimilating them with recon.
Oh,
I thought
they already did that.
Yeah,
Did
and
they?
I thought they were getting rid of recon.
I don't know. But like I know that we had a really bad like attrition rate for the scout sniper platoons, like to actually become like hog hunters or gunmen, whatever. Like the
Yeah.
actual school, like I know, like you could get dropped for any reason.
Mhm.
Yeah, that'd be something cool to ask Bashuti.
Yeah. So when I see him on the 25th of May, I'll definitely talk to him about that.
Yeah.
Although I think that'd be a weird time for it, like it's his retirement. You know what I mean? So maybe I'll hit him up later after that
Yeah.
or before.
Oh yeah, or before. Yeah. Interesting note. We'd like to hear.
Very.
We're gonna hold you to that actually.
All right,
What day?
please do.
What day are you meeting him?
His retirement's on the 25th of May. So.
Okay, so fuck, we got some time.
Yeah.
Ain't no way I'm gonna remember that. But
My
you
birthday
should
comes
remember that.
before that.
Is that
My
a
birthday
song?
comes before that.
What's the song?
25th of May. Oh no, it's 5th of May.
The
Never
5th
mind.
of May.
Yeah. It's gonna be May.
I love me some good Taylor Swift. You know what I'm saying? That was
What? Huh? Okay.
that's why I say it. He's like, wait, what? That wasn't Taylor Swift. I was like,
That
yeah, I
was-
know. Just
Just
throw you off your game.
you're not welcome back on this show. We'll go around.
Learn how to get it kicked out, huh?
Yeah. First person to come on twice. First person to never come back on ever again.
The only official don't come back.
Yeah.
Yes. You are not welcome.
Separate but equal. That's referring to the Marines and the Army there. So we'll go around that. That's totally not racial. We'll go around the horn here. We'll start with you, Aaron. Any final thoughts?
Oh man. No, one, Guthrie. Good, Michael. Good talking to you, man. Good finally
Michael,
meeting you.
good.
It's
You
the
too,
first time
man.
we've been on a podcast together, so I appreciate
right.
it. Thanks for coming aboard.
Yeah, man, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Chris.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you coming on. Fucking love talking to you, brother. But there's one thing I wrote down that stuck with me. You said, and I fucking love it. Doesn't matter the cards you're dealt. It matters how you play them. I fucking love that. I'm
That's
gonna write that
right.
one down. I'm gonna keep that one next to me. But
That's right.
I'm gonna get it tattooed on me.
yeah, on your ass.
Oh God, I hope so. Let me see it. I want to be there.
But hey, reach out to somebody that you served with. Tell them what's up. See how they're doing. Check in on them. Michael, love you, brother. Thanks for coming on the show.
Love you guys, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Michael, anything?
No, I just yeah, it's
speech.
it's always awesome to be on your guys' podcast. Like I love listening to you guys. I love what you guys do. And it's really neat to be a part of it. And sometimes it's really hard. There's like a big language barrier between both of us, being Army and Marines. You guys talk a little different.
The
only reason-
for you.
Well, the only reason I know it is because I worked with Chris. So, I know sometimes when he's sitting there working with people, I just kept hearing, rah. like a buildup of Ross.
Yeah, just making noises, grunts.
Yeah, I was like, God, are you okay? And he just, oh yeah, man, I'm good. You know, he'd be sweating, panting a little bit.
Sounds like Chris too.
Yeah, you just start feeding him some ground beef and he's fine.
Labs
some
raw.
bacon, some bacon.
Yeah, some bacon. Yeah. But no, I mean, you know, it's always great being on with you guys. So I always appreciate it and I love it. So, and Aaron, it was great meeting you.
Likewise.
Hopefully they still let me on.
No, we need to get even more diverse. So we're done with white people. I think.
There we
go. DE&I, ladies and gentlemen. Michael, thank you for coming on again, dude. It's always a fucking pleasure having you on. You know, I think even after like our first conversation, we knew like immediately, like, oh, we have to have him back on. Like that, this is not over. This is not done.
Yeah.
And it still feels that way. So maybe you'll be like our FDR and fucking 3 times and get elected 3 times.
I'm always down to clown.
Yeah, maybe next time, but you have to have your shirt off. I think
I will.
I think
the
that's
requirement.
Yeah,
I'm just
have,
gonna
like the cam a
You just
little
gotta
more
say recon
centered.
and take your shirt off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I even wore my dirty dog t-shirt, sweatshirt thing.
We can't
dirty
see it. You're
dog.
too low. You're too low in the camera.
Sorry.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
there
God
it
bless.
is. What a beauty.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
used
a
to seeing
dog
that
on the
position
back.
right there.
Yeah.
Dirty dog.
No, this is what Ella sees
Yeah.
when he's pooping.
Nice little Cleveland steamer over there in Hawaii.
It got so dark.
Not the only thing that's spilling out there, and he's bounced out. Oh shit! All right, and we do not condone chemical spilling.
Yes.
Or
We're not advising to do it. Yeah.
What is
We're
this?
not
What is,
advising to
we have
do
to hit all the disclaimers right now. We do not condone pedophilia, bestiality, chemical spills.
I think.
What else did we hit today?
I think necrophilia might have been in there. I'm not sure.
Necrophilia.
But let's just throw it in there.
Just to cover ourselves. Yeah.
just
None of
cover
that is
ourselves.
condoned by this podcast.
Yes, exactly. Or
Well,
committed by any member.
No,
of the
Yeah,
definitely
podcast.
not.
Yeah, definitely.
No,
Definitely
Unless
not.
it's true love.
Oh, God, unless it's to further the line of my family house.
That's right. Yeah. Not immediate, but a little further down.
All right. Well, here we are. You stuck with us all the way to the end. We thank you for listening. We want our listeners to know that if your pack becomes too heavy, don't drop it. The Veterans Crisis Hotline can be reached at 1-800-273-8255 or simply dial 988. If you'd like to enjoy more content, Jesus Christ.
Don't.
If you'd like to enjoy more content, don't forget to subscribe. Simplify and keep rolling on.
Hey, man.
That's what I heard.
That's a good piece of advice. That's my last piece of advice. Don't fuck Jesus Christ because he will fuck back.